Hi everyone, wonderful to catch up with you all. I've got heaps of chatty sewing news, so if you can join me, that would be wonderful. Welcome to the Dahlia Sewciety channel. My name's Kristen, if we haven't met before, and I'm here to hopefully inspire you in all things sewing your own wardrobe. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I would love it if you could do that, because I am nearly at 20,000, another 1,000 and a bit to go, and it's a huge milestone for me, so I still can't believe that many of you are watching me. So what a whirlwind of a week we've had here. We had Frocktails on the weekend, which I've got heaps to talk about, lots of pics to share with you. I want to talk you through what I made and wore, and also what Phoebe has made and wore herself. We've also just celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary on Monday, so that was another milestone for us. But before I get started on the night, I better let you know what I'm wearing, because I will totally forget. This is a Pattern Emporium Be Mine balloon sleeve blouse. I think I've got 4 of these now, and Mum and I were just discussing today how many is too many of these amazing blouses to have in the wardrobe. I think I could do with about 20. I'd love to have a few plain and print. This is a gorgeous Lady McElroy viscose Shelley lawn in this beautiful Moonlight Sonata print, and it is absolutely gorgeous and light and floaty. But the thing with this blouse, it's just the most amazing sleeve. It is so lovely in a viscose Shelley lawn, because you've got that beautiful blousiness, but with the drape, because they do sit up higher at the front of the sleeve, the way that Kate's designed, higher at the front and lower at the back. It really gives this beautiful voluminous look without being too kind of puffy, if you know what I mean. So she's just got the design feature just perfect on that. So I love mine. I think Mum's making one out of some Atelier Jupe fabric, so I'll be able to show you that very shortly. But yeah, I've got a couple of these now. I've got 2 in Lady McElroy's, 1 in a linen viscose blend, and the other one, I'm trying to think what it was, but there's one I want to make. I'm really thinking in a beautiful broderie would be gorgeous as well. So lots of inspiration over on the Pattern Emporium sewing circle on Facebook. You'll see plenty of people that have made this. A lovely customer of mine, Leonie, I hope she doesn't mind me showing this, but she made a gorgeous Be Mine balloon sleeve blouse in this lovely Lady McElroy Venice print in the linen viscose in a gorgeous pale blue, which we've just restocked that fabric, and I know I had a lot of customers on the waiting list for that. So if you are one of those people, we've already sold about 3 lots of this fabric today, so it won't last long. But I love what Leonie's done, and I know from reading the comments she was disappointed that she didn't omit that seam down the front, but I think it looks just beautiful the way she's got it on there. And it's just such a lovely soft lightweight blouse, and perfect for pairing back with some jeans or some summer linen pants. So looking lovely there. Now, before we head on to Frocktails, I want to let you know all about what happened. I haven't shown you my dress from the October box, which was the Nightfall themed Coraline box, the Halloween kind of ode to Halloween. This beautiful Euro viscose jersey knit. Now, that was such a lovely fabric to sew with. I made the Karina dress from Stylark. I'll put some pics up so you can see. A really interesting little knit dress. I made it from 2 meters of fabric. It's just perfect with that little side twist detail. It gives you a really nice shape through the waistline. Definitely would recommend making that again. It's a little bit head scratching in a few parts with that explanation of where the twist is, but I kind of figured it out, and I think that kind of drapiness across the front is just such a nice flattering feature. It gives you that nice bit of shape, but really happy with the fabric. A good knit t-shirt dress is just so valuable in the wardrobe. Really great to dress up or down depending on what shoes you wear. I love the little may contain cat hair label. Not sure if you can see that there, but a really lovely dress. And we loved, I'll put some pics up of the box as well so you can see what was inside. We had some Daryl Lee licorice all sorts, Meg's Chasing Birds, beautiful little black buttons. We had some gorgeous bubblegum scented melts from a lovely Melbourne maker called Usagi's Dream, And we had some Mariflex thread as well in there. And Phoebe had a lot of fun designing the cards for this box. So we thought that the embroidered look of the digital print reminded us of the Coraline in the movie, and the mum has the buttons on the eyes, and there's a lot of like hand stitching through the movie. It's reminiscent of that kind of print. So I think it turned out really lovely without being too overly novelty. I think there was people that may have been afraid that there might have been some skeletons or witches on the print, and that's a definite no. We wanted something that everyone would love to wear. But I'd love to know if you have got one of these boxes, what you did make with the fabric, if you've sewn it up. But it's a really lovely Euro cotton jersey, which is so beautiful to wear this time of year. So that is my latest make. And we've just sent off all of the beautiful bespoke boxes for November, which is the Christmas Carol theme. So yours are all in the mail if you've ordered one of those. I hope you'll love it. We've had such fun putting them together, and lots of exciting plans for the next couple of months for Bespoke Boxes as well as the store. So I wanted to let you guys know too that I will be getting in that new range of Nerida Hansen fabrics. I'll be a stockist for the Nerida Hansen range, which is fabulous. And we are also having a very special deluxe box in January. So once a season we do a deluxe bespoke box, which is a designer featured fabric with 3 meters of fabric and lots of other goodies. So that will be with a new Nerida Hansen fabric, and that will be in January. So look out for that one. It is all happening here. Lots of exciting things happening. So yeah, as I was saying, we had a wonderful weekend. We went to Frocktails, of course. A lot of people have been waiting to see some pics. I had many beautiful comments over on Instagram. If you follow me over there, you would have seen the pics I posted from Saturday night, which was a fabulous occasion. And a big congratulations to the lovely ladies, Lisa and Shelley, who put that together. And I think there was 220 people that arrived on the night. And I had a lot of you contact me and say, I couldn't get a ticket, they'd sold out. Yes, you have to be quick when they go on sale in July. It was July. That was the launch the weekend for the ticket sales, and there is a limited number. So make sure if you're interested in going next year, I do always make sure that I let you guys know when the tickets are coming up on sale. So to secure the tickets, you need to mark that on your calendar. And if you haven't followed Melbourne Frocktails on Instagram, I highly suggest doing that, because you'll be given updates when the dates are for every year where they have Frocktails, so that then you too can be able to attend that. And we had a wonderful night. There was over 30 grand door prizes, and we were really happy to sponsor a $150 voucher. And a lovely lady called Julie won that one. I'll put a pic up with Phoebe and I awarding her beautiful voucher, which I'm sure she's going to have fun spending. But what an amazing amount of prizes there was there. And the dress, well, I ended up making, I should say, the lovely Dahlia and Doe Sewciety dress. Now, this one was one I'd planned out for quite some time. I had this beautiful fabric that was in my stash. I think from memory it was from Sewciety. It may have been about 8 months ago now. I think when I was looking for a print, I wanted it a self print. I wanted the colour all to be one colour, but with a bit of interest in the dimension of the fabric, if you know what I mean. So I didn't want an overly busy print, but I really was so thrilled with how this turned out. It was just such a lovely dress to wear. It had that really lovely kind of goddess-like sleeve, which I was just so happy once I saw it on. I didn't make a toile. I was terrified because I was sewing it up, and I know I'd made Deer and Doe's Magnolia dress in the past, and I've made the Mysotis, and I've loved how they fit. Their design features, and being a great French pattern company, they have got such beautiful style lines. So I kind of thought I'd wing it. I ended up making the 44 around the shoulders, the 46 around the bust, and the 48 around the waist. I reckon I could have gone to the 50 around the waist, just in that section where it crosses over. But then again, I think it would have thrown out the beautiful princess seamed bust and bodice area, which really ended up being a lovely fit on. So maybe I did the right thing. I think the grading of sizes really allows you to get that nice tailored fit. So if you haven't sewn with Deer and Doe patterns before, I really would highly recommend making a toile, especially for the bodice area. It was more of an advanced make, I think, because of the detail with the wrap. But then maybe more on the intermediate level. I think following the instructions and doing it really slowly, step by step, just it came together really beautifully. And I think once I saw those sleeves, I was just like, oh, this is beautiful. I really, really love it. The length, I took a smidge off the length, but I left it pretty much a full-on maxi dress. You can see it's got a nice wrap over detail, and with the inside I secured it with a nice big chunky press stud, so I wanted it to be sure that it didn't, come apart, and I tied it up nice and firmly. It had a really nice coverage across the bust. I had pockets. I left the pockets in because it just sat so beautifully. So hey, when you get pockets that sit really nicely, if you're like me, you're not a huge pocket fan, you'd be thrilled with these because they sit nice and flat. So just such a lovely design feature to keep in the pattern. I've got the Kylie in the Machine little label on there, you rule. But the swishiness and the sort of ultra feminine feel, it just felt amazing on. I really, really loved it. It had that kind of almost a Grecian feel. And the sleeves, I love how the slit sat right at that point where your arm, when you reach up, it just hangs underneath. I'll put some pics up of me on the night. I didn't get a lot of pics. There was a photographer available, but there was a lot of people queuing up to have pics done, and I was too busy mingling with people and chatting that I just didn't get around to getting pics for the night, professional pics. So Phoebe and I just took a couple of each other. Now, I just felt great. I'll put some pics up of what it looked like. The shoes I ended up buying to wear, they've had a bit of a bashing around. These were the Dinah Ferrari super soft brand, which I was talking to the beautiful Rose. Hello, Rose. I met so many wonderful viewers on the night, and we were talking about how we love the wide fit Dinah Ferrari super soft shoes. And yeah, she had the purple ones that I wore to the wedding a few months back and loved them as well. Definitely could recommend them. They're really, really comfortable with the platform, but really suited the dress and nice and stretchy and comfy. And I ended up wearing the gold earrings that everyone voted on in the comments from one of my last videos, and they looked amazing. And, I had questions, were they heavy at all? Well, they're not, because they're not metal. They look like metallic, but they're actually like a really kind of weighty paper that's been sprayed gold or had a gold coating, so they're kind of an illusion of a twisted metal. So they were really lovely and light to wear, and they were from Martha Jean Earrings. It's one of my favourite earring creators here in Victoria, in Balnarring. I'll link her shop below, but love her earrings. I could just about have every single pair that she has in her store. They're really unique, and I love the fact that you can dress them up or dress them back down just with a summery top or dress. So they looked $1 million. So really, really happy. Phoebe wore the Orage dress from Deer and Doe, and she made hers the very last minute. Actually, that was 2 days before the event, so not too bad. But she made it out of a beautiful metallic kind of a burgundy colour stretchy knit fabric that she bought from Lush Fabrics over in Perth. She made the beautiful Orage dress, which just looked incredible on her. She had so many comments on the night. She ended up wearing them with just some platform style knee-length boots. And she did some kind of darker makeup, so it really, someone said she really captured the Gen Z sort of styling with this Frocktails event. Even though she's a millennial, she's right on the cusp. I think she considers herself more of the Gen Z, we say Gen Z, style, the kind of goth edginess of it all. And it really was nice to see everyone that was there put their own spin on a Frocktails gown. So put some pics up of her and I on the night getting ready.
Frocktails, there's quite a big crowd here. I'm going to show you guys a bit of the weather.
So we stayed at a hotel, just the Novotel on Collins, which was about a block away from the venue. And the venue was the amazing, beautiful building called the Bank on Collins. Just such a beautiful old bank building with gorgeous ornate ceilings and chandeliers. And when we arrived on the night, we were walking past a lovely lady and we looked at each other and looked at our dresses and said, "You're on your way to Frocktails, aren't you?" She's like, "Yep." Because you just can tell when you're with your own people. And that's how we felt on the night. We felt we were with our people. We really had a wonderful time, even though we had the nerves rolling up like I think everyone does, especially for the people that came on their own. They actually said, they'd mention, if you're coming on your own, we're there to hold your hand and bring you in so you don't feel too shy or embarrassed or just a bit anxious. And that really set it off. As soon as you walked in and you heard the buzz of all the chatter, you were greeted with a beautiful cocktail. I think there was a competition for the cocktail of the night, which was a gin cocktail. And I think someone named it the gin cushion, which was perfect for all the seamstresses there. We met some wonderful people. I was greeted by such a lot of lovely people. There was Jenny, Cheryl, Rose. There was also a friend that I'd worked with many years ago when I worked for Suzanne, back 30 years ago, and her name's Verity, and she's Vesty over on Instagram. She had an amazing emerald green jacquard dress, which just looked, I mean, she's stunning anyway, but she just looked amazing. So we caught up over old times, which was so fun. I also met Amaya there from Pattern Scissors Frock. We had a good chat, and Amaya just looked beautiful. It's just very, very hard when you're chatting and busy to sort of stop and say, "Fix," you don't want to spoil the flow of the conversation. I also saw Megan there from Sewciety Australia. We had a great old chat. Then we bumped into the beautiful Linda and also Deb from DB Designs. Finally got to meet Deb in real life. They both looked amazing as well. When you recognise someone from Instagram, but you're not quite sure if it's them or not, and you're both a bit shy to either go up to each other or not. And, the next day I had a lot of people message me on Instagram saying, "Oh, I saw you, but I was a bit shy to come over." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, why didn't you?" Because I felt the same way with a lot of people that I recognised. But of course, being on YouTube, you don't get to see your viewers' faces. You see their comments every time you put a vlog out. So it was actually a really weird feeling to have people coming up to me. But it was really lovely to know that they knew you as a person, but to meet you in the flesh for the first time and just been able to hit it off. So it was just an incredible experience. So Phoebe and I had a wonderful time. And of course, 4 or 5 hours standing for the night, our feet were all killing us. And we actually had the big awards bit where everyone got prizes. And funnily enough, Phoebe and I both won a door prize. I'm like, how does that happen out of all the people there? But yeah, that was amazing. We're all also given goodie bags too, which was really, really generous. So the goodie bags, we all got a free pattern from Stylish on the night, which was amazing. So I've already downloaded mine, and I've got the new dress. Oh goodness me, what's the name of it again? The Queenie dress, and I love it. It's so versatile and beautiful, and I'm definitely making that next. We also were given a little QR code just to show on the night who all the sponsors were. So there were so many very generous sponsors on the night. Also all got a free Simplicity pattern each. So little goodie bags were just a wonderful touch. The lovely, I think it was Button Mania had self-covered little buttons, earrings for everyone on the night, which is a really nice touch as well. So we've got a Starlight pattern. We also got the lovely Julia from Pick Trading put together little label packs for everyone, which was really, really generous of her. There was vouchers, I think Pat Scissors Frock. There was also the Learn to Sew class at Sew This Pattern. Heaps of little giveaway fabric store vouchers. So I can highly recommend, if you're in any doubt at all whether you'd like to be part of this next year, I can highly recommend. I said to Phoebe, it's the only place you can go out and mingle and be able to walk up and touch and feel people's fabric and ask them what pattern they're wearing and not feel embarrassed, because we're all doing that to each other. We were walking up saying, "What are you wearing? What's that pattern? And what's that fabric?" And I think it was the beautiful Amaya from Pattern Scissors Frock. She actually had a dress that was 3 dresses in one. I'll put a pic up so you can see. She had the Rose Claire bodice from Cashmerette. She had, I think, a different skirt, but a different flutter sleeve pattern, pattern from another pattern she'd hacked, and it just looked really beautiful and sort of 40s vintage glam. Looked really, really lovely. There was also some girls there with full-on ball gown style frocks. There was burlesque style frock. There was a gorgeous full like Scarlett O'Hara style frock. There was people that had woven their own fabrics and had done tapestry on their garments. Lots of tulle skirts. I know Deb for DB Designs had the beautiful Miranda skirt with the tulle on it. Yeah, it was just incredible to see everyone's creativity on the night. I think the great thing about it is that you really get to see everyone's personality shine through what frocks they wanted to feature and put out to the world. So I'm already thinking about next year's Frocktails gown because I definitely want to be there again, and it really does give you that push or that nudge. And someone actually did say on Instagram to me that it's given them a nudge towards stepping up their game a bit as far as working on some skills, things they want to learn to do, things that they may be scared of that they've never tackled before. It's a really good incentive to be able to make a Frocktails gown, because not many of us really get that chance to glam right up anymore unless you go to a wedding or a function. We don't always dress up into that full glam style, so it really gives you that bit of a nudge there and to show a bit of your own personality through your clothing. But had a wonderful, wonderful night. So that was Saturday night, and then of course Sunday night we launched the Christmas boxes, the Bespoke Boxes. I had a beautiful delivery in the mail, I must say, Monday from a very generous Hayley from the Haymeadow, and she had purchased me a box from Beyond the Pink Door and an advent calendar, and then I know that she actually purchased one of our calendars to send to Andrea. So we're going to be both doing each other's calendars, which is just such an incredibly generous gesture from Hayley. So she's such a beautiful person. So thank you so much, Hayley. I really cannot wait to get stuck into Andrea's calendar. December's heading over very, very fast. So Monday the 13th, we had my hubby and I, Joe, had our 30th wedding anniversary, which we haven't celebrated yet. We're actually going to the city this weekend to have a nice quiet night in there, so that would be wonderful. So yeah, what was really amazing to think 30 years ago. Yes, it's gone quick. We've been busy gardening. We actually had my son Sam's party for his 18th the week before. A lot of his friends are going away. They're all sort of finished year 12, so they've gone away this week. So we thought we'd have a bit of an early get together. So we've been very busy out in the garden and getting it all looking really, really nice. So this weekend, of course, we've got Sam's birthday on the 19th, so he's turning 18, and then Phoebe's on the Tuesday the 21st. So we have two birthdays in the weeks, which will be very, very full on and exciting. We'll also be having a bit of an exciting Black Friday sale, which we don't do many sales here at the Dahlia Society. I won't say too much about what we're doing, but make sure you sign up to the newsletter and you'll be given a bit of early access to the sale, whatever it is we're doing. We'll be having an exciting sale, and I know a lot of people are waiting for some special things to happen this week. If you are one of those people waiting for all these Black Friday sales to hit, it's gonna, get the credit card out kind of time of year because we're all starting to think about Christmas. And I'm actually starting to think about what I would like to put together an episode. After getting all this inspiration from Frocktails, I would love to put an episode out with festive frock ideas. So maybe some special, beautiful dress patterns that I love or that I've seen I would love to make that will hopefully inspire you to get some festive frock sewing done as well. So I'm going to leave you guys now with a bit of a stroll around the yard because I think it's looking pretty damn good at the moment. We've put a lot of work into getting it neatened up. We always do for Christmas time because it goes a bit wild through the winter, and everything is looking really lovely and green and lush. We've had lots of rain, but yeah, it's all looking lovely, and I can't wait to get out in the garden next week. I'm going to be planting a lot of new Dahlia bulbs because I need to lift and separate the ones I've got. I can't wait to show you guys when these all start blooming, and that will be around about the March. Our autumn time is when they all bloom really beautifully. So thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed a bit of inspo here today, I would love it if you could give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you all very shortly with some brand new fabrics in the store. So take care, happy sewing, we'll see you all soon. Bye for now. I wanted to give you a little tour of what we've done in the yard. So it's looking very lush and green. We've had a lot of rain this week, a few thunderstorms. This is my favourite little area, and Everything is growing really nicely here. Magnolia. And around here is where I normally do my filming. Around here you'll see our favourite mulberry tree. We grew this about 22 years ago and it is absolutely massive now, and it's full of mulberries and they're really ripening up nicely. So I tend to just stand here and pick away at all of these beautiful mulberries. A lot of them are really, really far up. So hubby has actually carved a beautiful little hole here that we can get in and underneath, and you'll see under here it's just an incredible amount of branches intertwined. I love getting under here and looking at all the berries, and a lot of the birds will get under here and have a little feast. You can see how big the trunk is. These are my beautiful little fuchsias, and they are popping out really lovely at the moment. And then I've got my little seated area, which is where I film, and hydrangea is looking really healthy here. So you can see on the ground here all of these mulberries, and we've just recently put some new stones down and I think it's looking really nice and neat. This is our arch. We've got a jasmine climbs over. That will be in flower very soon. We've got one of our favourite statues under here, the lady with the water. And there is a really pretty hydrangea under here. It comes out, looks like a cherry blossom. A lot more hydrangeas over against that shady wall. Not quite in bloom yet. You can see it's one of my favourite flowers, and that's our little mirror there. Another jasmine creeping over the swing. Now, one of the things we've had great success with is these succulents. So they're so easy to grow. You can really grow them anywhere and in anything, especially for this dry, hot climate here in Australia. It is one of the easiest things to grow. You don't have to worry about watering them. They pop up all the time and they are really interesting to look at. You get so many different varieties of succulent. So that is looking fabulous. And another thing I love is my begonias, my little solar lights. This is the latest little bit of tidying up we've done. We've put new rock down in our circle here. We've got a fire pit, and these cushions are not very practical, being white or cream, but they were a really great buy, these seats. And I thought, look, I can always recover them. I can dye them. I can wash them because they zip off. So I think they're looking fabulous. So the fire pit in the middle there, and the side tables we have for when we want to have a little wine and a cheese platter in the yard. Another thing I got last week was this other really pretty solar light that comes up really lovely at night time. And that is a water feature we had in our courtyard, and it just kept having problems, and your water features are really hard to maintain. So we decided to put in a whole heap of different succulents, and I think it's looking fantastic, especially these drapey kind of ones. They are really interesting to look at, and at night time the little solar globes will light up and it looks really great. So these are some more succulents. They're called Pig Face. I'm really happy with these. The other thing I love is I think it's called Evolution. I'm not sure the pronunciation, but it's a Chinese lantern they call it. I think they're also called a flowering, I can't think of the name. Is it flowering maple? I'm not sure. There's a lot of different names depending on what part of the world you're in, but we call them Chinese lanterns because up close they look like little paper lanterns. So very, very sweet. And that one's really huge. Also love our conifers. They've got really, really big, and they give it kind of like a Tuscan feel. Also the beautiful maple tree here. I love the leaves on that one. And that goes a really, really pretty red colour leaf in autumn time. Very, very pretty on that one. So it's looking really nice here. The other favourite thing in the yard is the Baronia, which is just smelling amazing. This one's called Charlotte Ice. I think I bought that because of the fact that my daughter's name's Charlotte. And it's a really pretty white flower. It's another little seated area. Tried to create little rooms almost in the yard. That's the front of the mulberry. You can see how big it is compared to the seats there. And got a nice little red geranium there. It's a different view of the garden. We've got another magnolia over here. Somebody's out mowing their lawns, cutting the grass. These are looking really, really nice. Favourite tree of ours is their liquid amber we planted 25 years ago, and it is huge now. So you can see offers a lot of shade to the yard. Some more conifers. And a favourite tree that my hubby loves, and we had one years ago and it was flowering and beautiful, but it fell down in the middle of a storm, is a Virgilia. Now, hasn't come out in any flowers yet, but it actually has beautiful pink flowers and they smell amazing when they come out in bloom. This is our flowering plum. In the front view of the garden, you'll see that gorgeous weeping cherry and flowering pear. And we've got lots of nasturtiums out, some edible flowers. Now, the roses, I think, are not going to do that well this year because they are too shady over here. I'm going to have to look at putting them somewhere else next year. So there's one appearing, but I don't think it's sunny enough over here. I think there's way too much shade. They need a full sun position. We've got another one just coming out, but still way, way too shady. This beautiful green tree here actually goes a really beautiful lime green and golden. I think it's a golden ash. That's what it is. And it goes a really gold, pretty colour in the autumn. So there are our beautiful trees in our front yard. I'll show you some of the backyard. This is the backyard where our pool is. The hubby's just finished all the decking on there, which is waiting to be used. It's our mermaid statue and our new spa area, and hubby is over there enjoying the spa. Now we've got a beautiful bay tree here in the backyard, but we've also got a very, very unloved herb garden which needs a lot of attention. Now that I've got the store, it is getting less and less attention, so I need to get back out here and tidy all this up. But we've got some amazing looking passion fruit growing, which you can see it's going to be incredible in another couple of weeks. Heaps of passion fruit and our beautiful chickens. Hey girls. And these need to be weeded, and I need to plant my Dahlia bulbs, or Dahlia bulbs, however you like to say it, for the upcoming season. I wanted to give you a little tour of what we've done in the yard.